Good morning and welcome back to another video, and today is 5 best one-time farms that you can do right now. Now just stick around and enjoy the video. Now coming in at number 1 is in Warlords of Draenor, and this one is for the pretty Draenor Pearl. All that is required for this is knowing the basic fishing, and all you have to do is go over to Frostfire Ridge, which is on the screen right now. Over in this spot over here, all you have to do is fish up a big giant clam. Now make sure that you are fishing actually on top of the clam, and then once it actually has bobbed and you actually press the lure to bring it in, you will get yourself a pretty Draenor Pearl. Now this can actually be sold on the auction house from anywhere from about 3,000 to 7,000 gold, and this is pretty damn awesome in order to make a fair amount of gold just flat off the bat. Now this takes you literally about 5 minutes, providing that you just use your garrison hearthstone to get to your garrison, fly over there and fish it, and it actually provides you with a decent amount of gold, as the sell rate on this is not half bad on pretty much most servers. Now for this actual particular farm, this is a one-time farm only, as of the video states, and this can only be done once per character, and that is pretty much it. This is just an easy way in order to get hold of a little bit of gold moving forward, and this is one of the most less time extensive ones, as it only literally requires you to just fly over there and just fish it and get it and then sell it on the auction house. Now aside from that, let's move on to number 2. Now coming in at number 2, we have the mechanical chicken, and this one is really easy to do. All you have to do is make sure that you kill a load of mobs in order to get a pylon, and you need to get 3 of these pylons to get your mechanical chicken. Now this can be done in 3 different zones, and this is a world drop within those zones, so it's necessarily a zone drop. Now all you have to do is go into SULFURON for the first one, just run that as many times as you can until you get your first pylon, and once you've got that, all you have to do is escort the chicken in SULFURON, so basically complete the quest and hand it into Booty Bay. The other ones are in the hinterlands, so just run over there and kill a load of trolls in the hinterlands, and also in Feralus. And that is all 3 of those pylons. All of them are handed back in once you have completed the escort the chicken quest over in Booty Bay. So what I'd recommend is do all of them and then just hand it all in, and then after that you are rewarded with the mechanical chicken. Now this is a battle pet, so you do not need to learn it. If you do try and cage it, you will not be able to. This is a mistake I have already previously done. Once you have actually been rewarded with it, that's the thing you sell on the auction house. It's not like any of the other battle pets when you're actually selling this. If you press cage, like actually learn it, you will not be able to unlearn it, and then you're stuck with mechanical chicken inside your bags. So just bear that one in mind when you're actually doing this one, and just as soon as you're handed it, just put it on the auction house. And usually it sells from anywhere from around about 8,000 gold all the way up to like 25,000 gold on different types of servers. So before you invest your actual time for this one-time farm, I would highly recommend that you actually double check it on the auction house, as that only takes you literally 5 seconds to do, and that the actual quest lines actually take you at least an hour and a half in order to actually get a hold of it. Now aside from all of that, that is a one-time farm once again, and is a nice pretty penny per character overall if you want to make some quick gold, as that battle pet actually sells pretty damn sharpish. Now coming in at number 3, and this is the Charred Necklace. Now the Charred Necklace is by doing the Broken Shore scenario, which you can do if your character has not already done it. This obviously requires you not to have done the Broken Shore event, and basically all you have to do is go over to the scenario master and just do that event. Now if you wanted to actually do this, you can also go to your main capital cities board, which is located in all of your major capital cities, and just click on it and it will give you a quest in order to do the Broken Shore event. Now once you're actually on this, all you have to do is make your way over towards this little table, which is located on the map right now, and all that is required from there is just picking up the Charred Necklace. Now this one can be sold for a decent amount of gold overall, as this is used to actually get a nice transmog item when handed in. Now this, obviously you sell the charred necklace on the auction house, as the transmog item is soulbound. So basically if you want the transmog item, which is a bonnet, you are more than welcome to, of course, and this is also a once per character thing, as I have stated pretty much on every single one of these. Basically all you have to do is just sell the charred necklace on the auction house, and overall a lot of people have actually forgotten about this, and this is generally a really easy one-time thing per character to actually get a hold of and just sell for a nice pretty penny overall. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say for that one. So let's move into number 4. For number 4 is my most favourite way in order for one-time gold farms overall. And that is for the plans of Sulfurus, or the Hammer of Sulfurus. Now this is a blacksmithing recipe, but it can be obtained, the plans, from any character. All this requires you to do is by getting yourself a Sulfuron ingot. This can either be bought off of the auction house for a few hundred gold, or you can also run the molten core and it can drop off of one of the bosses in there. To be more precise, I would highly recommend you just buy it off of the auction house, as the gold to investment ratio is definitely off balance and it is for a good thing. So a few hundred gold for your Sulfuron ingot, and all you have to do is go into the Black Rock depths and make your way over to the Grim Guzzler. Now, the Grim Guzzler is pretty damn easy to get towards, especially with your mole. Now this is as soon as you run into the instance for the Black Rock depths, and basically all you have to do is just click on the massive drill and say I want to get teleported to the Grim Guzzler. Once you're there, all you have to do is speak to the guy right at the top left, and he has a contract for you in order to actually get a hold of the Sulfuron hammer plans, and this is by trading in your Sulfuron ingot for those plans. This is pretty dead simple in order to do, but remember this is a one-time thing. So if you do have a blacksmith, I would highly recommend learning it, but for any other characters that are not blacksmiths, I would recommend that you sell that on the auction house, as this provides you from anywhere from around about 10,000 gold per plan all the way up to 40,000 gold per plan. So that's pretty damn awesome, but remember for this one the sell rate is going to be quite low as it is a recipe, so bear this one in mind that it isn't instant gold. You have to treat this one when you're actually selling it, and you have to treat this one more or less like transmog, as you'll just keep posting it on the auction house until one day it randomly sells. And basically as someone who can't be bothered to get a Sulfuron ingot, make their way over there and do that. That's basically what they're doing. They're basically just paying a premium in order to get a hold of that recipe, as you've done the upfront work to get a hold of it. But other than that, that is by far one of my most easiest and my most favourite one-time farms overall. Now coming in at number 5, and this is absolute best. Okay, this one is only a warrior, paladin and death knight quest chain, and this is Shadow Mourne. Now obviously I went on my warrior right now in order to actually just talk about this, and this is because if you are a warrior, paladin or a death knight, you are able to pick up the Shadow Mourne questline. Now this requires you to be friendly with the Ashen Verdict, and when you run into the ICC raid, all you have to do is then speak to Darien Mograine. He will give you a quest line in order to follow, and basically I have done a guide series on how to actually do all of the infusions for your Shadow Mourne quest line. Once you have done all of the quests for Shadow Mourne, you are rewarded with the Shadow Mourne legendary item along with a feat of strength. Now this one is great for all of you achievement hogs, and other than that you also get the best thing, which drops from the Lich King once you actually kill him. Now this provides you with the Sylvanus music box, Myrddin's Favour, the Tabard of the Lightbringer, the Reins of the Crimson Death Charger mount, and these can all be sold on the auction house. On average this sells all in one capsulation around about 1 million gold, and usually, and this does depend on server to server, but overall at the lowest you're going to be making around about 500,000 gold from this. upwards to about 1.5 mil, depending on your server, of course. If you did want to check this on the auction house, I am going to provide a link in the description down below, and you can then cross-reference all of those different types of things and see if it's worth it for your time invested. But overall, once you've done the initial quest chain and you're just gathering up the shards in order to complete the quest chain, it's basically like once a week you run into ICC and try and see if you can get hold of any soul shards, and once you've got 50 of them, kill the Lich King and you've got all of your stuff. Now, other than that, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say for the 5 best one-time farms. Have an awesome rest of the day, and I shall see you in the next video, which will be tomorrow.